Super Dave here with another review. Super Dave here with another exciting Thundercats review. This time a villain. We're looking at another Lunatic to go along with Luna and Amok and Chilla and Alluro over here, and just some of our villains that we've set up. But this time we've got an actual feature to look at because Red eyes light up. That's right, his name is Red Eye. He is a big, bulky, buff villain, part of the Lunatics, and he has this electronic feature of his eyes lighting up, which kind of goes along with this guy because that's one of the things he was known for. And look at this beautiful artwork in the back. Yet again, we actually get a picture of the action figure instead of just artwork, which is pretty cool. And there is his bio. If you'd like to pause and read that now, you certainly can. Well, we're going to go on inside of the inner workings of the Lunatic's lair. I can't remember what the name of it is exactly right this second, but back here with some of our villains and the Lunatics, let's check out Red Eye. And here are the Lunatics themselves getting ready to take a look at their new member that has rejoined them, as well as some other villains that have just come to observe the initiation of Red Eye. And that is not because he takes the late airplane schedules. It is because he has these powerful red eyes and he even has a light up feature, which we'll look at that in a moment after we look at his accessories. Red Eye comes with two sets of hands. He comes with those big balled up fisted hands. He also comes with a weapon holding hand and another, I guess, kind of weapon holding hand, but with his fingers a little bit more relaxed and opened. He comes with this chest piece, which does open up and allow him to reveal that disc that he can use with power. He also comes with two head portraits. He first of all comes with this very calm, very solemn face with those translucent red eyes. And then he comes with an angry face where he's yelling or he's talking or he's barking orders. And he means business, with the crescent moon on his forehead like all the other Lunatics have. He also has the translucent red eyes. And then he comes with this scepter, which has a red eye on the end of that scepter, that staff type device, which I think also has powers, but he has another weapon with a red eye that I believe shoots beams as well. But next we're going to look at this light up feature of his eyes right now as we take a closer look at Red Eye. All right, taking a closer look at our Red Eye from Lunatics, we're going to notice that he has pretty much the exact look that he had in the show. And all right, now I want to show you that you lift this up. This is kind of like the light up Lion-O, if you remember the light up eyes Lion-O. And you have an on and off switch. There was a little plastic thing you pull out to activate the battery that's already installed. And then when you plug it back in, voila, we have light up eyes. Let me go ahead and switch off one of my lights here so that you can see it even better. Cool. So his eyes light up just like they should. Looking cool. Now we'll turn down this light some so that you'll be able to see him, but also have that ability. Now, one of the things that he also comes with is this really cool little scepter. It almost looks like it's got a flashlight switch on it and a trigger here, but it has an eye on it also. So I believe he was able to shoot out beams from that. He was able to shoot out beams from his eyes, but also, like in that clip, he was able to remove this chest plate, which it does have a little place for your fingernail to slip into on top. It pops out, and then he has his disc. Now, when you pop out this disc, all right, so it is able to come out. You just have to kind of work it because it's tight in there. But then he is able to use this other hand that he came with that was a little bit more of an open fingers hand, and he's able to grab that, and then he could launch that wherever he wanted to. And if you saw in the little clip I showed you, when it was over top of Chilla, it then like produced some kind of red light and almost electrical feature underneath it. Not sure if it should go like this because it looked like it was solid red underneath, but of course they had to have a place to plug it in there. So that is cool. So he has basically all the features that he had in the cartoon, which is so neat. Gotta put this back in here. That just clips right back in place. Everything stays on nicely. Now, let me set him there just for a moment and go ahead and show you that if you remove this head and the neck piece and you unplug, it's very tight. Okay, I was able to get it to unplug from the other one. Now let's go ahead and plug it into this angry head. Kind of twist it in there, and I did heat that one up with the hair dryer some. But as we twist it in there like so, there's a little peg. Boy, it's tight. There's a little place, I should say, a little indention maybe is a better way to put it. And you just put it down in there until you hear it click into that area, and then this one lights up as well, as you can see. Yep, his eyes are lit up. So just to show you, this is without the light, the lit up eyes, and then this is with the eyes. Looking cool. Really neat feature. All right, now let's go ahead and take a look at our red eyes articulation. All right, grabbing our red eye and bringing him on in a little closer here. I'm going to turn up the light just a little bit so we can see him. But you can see that his head will look up a pretty decent amount. He will look down pretty much all the way, much as he needs to. He even gets a little bit of head pivot, which is pretty impressive, being that it has that big ball joint that is basically a LED flashlight. Of course, he'll be able to turn side to side. And, you know, you can even lift that head a little bit to give it a little bit more range because of the fact it has such a long neck piece. Pop it out. That's when it's popped all the way in. But you could pop it out and give it, you know, a little bit more of a lift there to give you some expressiveness. You can see the little horns on top of his head there and his pointy ears. So very, very close, very accurate to the cartoon. Goes 360. Has the ability to go full T pose. Also has bicep swivel on both arms. Single jointed elbows, which also have the swivel at the elbow, but that's a pretty good range for it to be a creature with such girth. And the same on this side. All of these hands have horizontal hinges, and again, he can hold his power disc there. It has the swivel at the elbow and at the bicep, so he's able to make it look like he's pulling that thing out of his chest pretty good, like so, and then launching it however he wants to. So that's pretty cool. He's going to be able to bend forward only slightly and able to bend back only slightly. You see it's very limited. He's able to get side to side also small amount. but he will turn at the diaphragm. But he also has the ability, I believe, nope, he does not have a turn at the waist. So I was wrong on that. But he does have the ability to turn completely at the diaphragm. He's going to be able to get full splits. He does have a thigh rotation built in up into that ball joint. He's going to be able to kick up a really good amount there. He also has single jointed knees, which also has a swivel at the knee. He's got not one, not two, but 4 hooves on each foot. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. If you can see, those are like hooves. So very unique foot that this guy has. I've never seen that design before on any other creature, but he's not going to go down very much like Tiptoe, but he will go up all the way, and has rockers with a peg hole in the bottom. So you're going to be able to get him stable pretty easily without a problem, even though he's a big guy that's very top heavy. And that works out pretty good. Now, just to go back here, and like I said, get the feet solid. But just to go back here, I will pop off this head, and you can see that light there. I'm going to go ahead and pop on the original head, this more stoic, calm-looking head. And they're very tight, but it pops on pretty easily just with some pressure. And if you need to, you can heat it up with the hairdryer. And let's go ahead and put it back in there and see what kind of articulation. Now his is a little bit more limited here than what the other one, if you have it all the way down. He's not going to be able to go down, he's not going to be able to go up, but if you pop it out, you're going to be able to look up and look down. So you're going to have to pop it out of that little peg to or that little section on the bottom of the neck piece, this flashlight piece, to really allow for any range, because if you've got it all the way down, it's not going to move. But if you pop it out, you'll even get a little bit of head pivot, and of course you'll be able to look side to side. So very, very interesting, this guy. And I guess this would be kind of a part of the articulation, but of course you can put that in there. This would rotate, but again, it's very tight. And then, of course, you just pop this on the front like we showed you, and everything works really nicely. So that's how he looks, a very simple Rankin Bass. Not a whole lot of muscularity, but you can see some of it, but the lines are very, tame, because simplicity with the cartoon is basically what we would see. So there is our Red Eye, the 4th or 5th, if you count Amok as a separate piece from Luna, a 5th Lunatac in our collection in the Thundercats. And we've already got all the mutants. We've got, of course, our Mum-Ra and Mum-Ra the Ever Living, but to have this next season 2, if you will, set of villains, the Lunatacs, is really going to be cool. So I think there's only one more left. Yeah, based on that little clip I showed you, I think there's one more left. But anyway, there is our Red Eye. Now let's do some comparisons. And here is Allura and our Luna, little Luna, the leader of the Lunatacs. And then we have Amok, her trusty steed, but also he's a beast too. Then we have Chilla, the powers to freeze you. And then we have Red Eye with those laser eyes and his laser disc and his laser scepter. He's cool. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Lunatacs, and yes, we need one more, and that's that other guy with the horns. So he's going to be I guess coming down the pike eventually. But this is really cool to have this set shaping up so neat, and didn't expect to get a light up feature, but that is so neat, so cool. Since it worked out so well with Lion-O, I guess it started a trend. So this is really, really neat to be able to see this Red Eye with his eyes lit up just like he's supposed to. So I like it a lot. And here is our Red Eye next to our season 1 villains. There he is next to Slithe. And there is our Monkeyan, and then Vulture Man, and then Jackalman, back there, and he is looking good, fits in great. I feel like they gave us more detail in some of these figures, and ever since we got that retail version Lion-O and even some of these Lunatics, we got a little bit more, I would say, cartoon accurate, the smooth, less detail look that kind of went along with the cartoon. And I think that's kind of what most people want. They want it to look like the cartoon, because the toys in the 80s did not look like the cartoon, but these guys do, and we appreciate it, right? All right. And here's our Red Eye next to our Mum-Ra, the ever-living, and Rataro. And he is looking great alongside of these villains as well. Rataro is definitely one of my favorites. He is just so detailed, and so much looks like he just stepped right out of the Rankin Bass cartoon from the 80s. He's just so neat. So cool looking. But yes, they are all looking good together here alongside of Red Eye. And thank you so much for joining us for this Super Dave review. And it has been so much fun looking at this Red Eye along with these other villains with the Lunatics. There's Mum-Ra right there coming in on the scene, visiting even Skeletor, and our kind of little bit of kick bash of our Evil Lyn there with her helmet off, looking cool. Yep. But anyway, thank you again for joining us. And Red Eye, he's so steaming red, his eyes are glowing, and he'll come after you if you don't go ahead and get out of here. But thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Be blessed. Here's some photos in the photo gallery.